Man, oh man, you are listening to All Burgundy and Gold Everything. Commanders post-game show powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia. The Commanders fell to the Giants 31-16. Let me say it again. They fell to the Giants 31-16 with Tommy DeVito as the quarterback. And the only way they can do it, which I did think, would be turn the ball over left or right, and they did that. 5 turnovers. I'm Wole, and I'm joined by my co-host Glenn. We also later on we'll be having co-host of Breaking Command podcast, D Mitty. That's Darrin Midgett, D Mitty. He'll be jumping on this podcast as well. Real quick before we get into the game, subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Just search All Burgundy and Go Everything. Also, tweet us at ABG_everything and hit us up on IG at ABG_everything and like our All Burgundy and Go Everything Facebook page. Make sure you subscribe to our All Burgundy and Go Everything YouTube channel as well. Glenn, let's get right into it, bro. Like, I don't know what that was, but that game, man. Just your thoughts on it, my man.
You said it, turnovers. I think I mentioned to you, I don't think the play calls were bad. Mm-hmm. I think the execution from the players, right? The individual players. What was it, 6 turnovers? 6 turnovers?
5.
6.
Was it 5? I thought it was 5. It was 6.
Touchdown. The final touchdown made it 6.
I thought it was 3. Sam threw 2 interceptions or 3?
He threw 3 interceptions, 3 fumbles.
3 by Brian Robinson fumbled.
Pringle fumbled.
3 up 6.
Logan Thomas.
Wait. Pringle fumbled.
Logan Thomas fumbled. Brian Robinson fumbled.
No, it's Rodriguez, not Brian Robinson. Rodriguez.
Oh, Rodriguez. Yeah. Rodriguez. 6 turnovers.
So,
it's 6 turnovers. It's 6 turnovers.
But Robinson did fumble. He did fumble.
But he recovered it.
He recovered it. He did fumble. He recovered it.
Yes. Yeah, he recovered it. It was turnovers, man. Appreciate you, Ray. Yeah. Thanks for that. Well, it was 6. 6 turnovers. 6 turnovers. I mean, you would think if someone had told you at the beginning of this game, the Washington Commanders, which I was partially right in the pregame, you get a sack, you get a sack, you get a sack, you get a sack. 9 sacks, right? 9 sacks.
Yes.
Had the New York Giants at 0 rushing yards going into the fourth quarter. If I had told you that was going to be the outcome of the game, you would have said, you know what? The Washington Commanders won by a lot of points.
Yes.
Not if you're a Washington Commanders fan and you've been watching the team for a long time. You know that was not the case because anything can happen. We told you early in the pregame, burn the black jerseys. Burn the black units.
I don't know why you're rocking them jerseys, man. I don't know why, my man.
Nothing goes.
Steph, and we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into this too, man. You said Ron has to be fired after this game. Turnovers as a head coach stat. Having this team not ready to for the millionth time is insane. Yeah, right. He's so right. He's so right, man. He's so right.
You're so right.
So right. Like, so at the end of the day, like that's the thing we always like. You're playing against a piss poor Giants team. And not even turnovers alone, like the turnovers was bad, right? But we didn't give this man DeVito his best game ever as a pro. And you could say, man, the turnovers were the reasons they lost this game was because of the turnovers. And it's a main reason. But it's damn well you're not supposed to be giving them no over close to 300, 250 to a DeVito. Like the dude has been one of the worst quarterbacks in football as a starter. And in this dude, they made him look like Eli Manning. They made him look like Daniel Jones. Like they made him look like an NFL quarterback against any team he's played. He has not looked like an NFL quarterback.
Dude is completing 3rd and 13s, 3rd and 20s, 3rd and 15s. Yo, what are we doing here? I told you the pregame. Anything over 3rd and long, Washington need to win that battle. They didn't win that battle today because of that Tommy #Danny DeVito defeat them.
Oh, my man, Darrin said we stink, bro. Yeah, we do. We suck. Like we getting some fire Ron stuff though. Ron said, I agree. Fire Ron. He said, and Del Rio, despite the 9 sacks, the defense always gives up huge plays. Exactly. Why is that always a thing? Like you knew Saquon Barkley was on the team. We said this on the pregame show? Like, all right, just make sure you concentrate on Saquon Barkley, and he can still get big plays on you. Saquon Barkley is still getting big plays, big running plays. There's what makes a defense a good defense or a quality defense is that knowing that when your team needs a stop or some type of stop, you're not giving up a big explosive play. Like, granted, there's pass interference has happened or whatever, but when Saquon Barkley, when you need your defense to make a stop, he'll rip off like a 32-yard run, like
on a stretch, on a
stretch. Like, that shouldn't be a thing because he's the only dude you have to worry about is Saquon Barkley. Like, if you look at the Giants and say there's no Waller, their receivers aren't even that great. There's no Waller, and then just Saquon. I'm worried about Saquon. That's it.
Matter of fact, you don't even have Darius Slayton on the field. Slayton is gone.
Slayton was there. He played. He got the touchdown.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in the third quarter. Saquon didn't break off his runs. Saquon didn't break off his runs till the fourth quarter. So that adds to your point. You have nobody else to worry about, right, in this situation, but Saquon Barkley, right?
Yeah.
5 defensive tackles up front. I mean, one thing to take my hats off to the Giants, they did put DeVito under center a lot in the second half, so he can eliminate some of the sacks. Shout out to them. Good by Dable doing that by putting him under center.
He's a better coach. He's a better coach than Ron. He said Mark Anderson said, I think EB deserves to take over the coaching duties. Fire Ron Rivera. Jack Del Rio was not any better. Fire him as well. I mean, also, this was one of the easiest games for the Washington. Absolutely disgusting.
But if you think about it, Washington has lost to easy teams all year long. I mean, 3 of their losses come to teams. You talk about the Chicago Bears and 2 losses to the New York Giants. Right? The Giants has won 3 games all year, and 2 of them against the Washington Commanders. I mean, this dude has. Think about it. They showed a stat during the game. Dable has not beaten anybody else in the NFC East except for the Washington Commanders.
Oh, yeah, Cowboys. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he hasn't beat the Cowboys, hasn't beat the Eagles. He's beaten the Washington Commanders. And I was laughing here, looking at the stats, like all their stats, like the turnover stat record they broke today, has come against Washington. The Giants has owned the Washington Commanders for the last, I don't know how many years.
No,
it's been ridiculous.
I mean, to this game though, is just. Let me read. I already read this already. See Steven also Steven come back. Stephen Thomas also commented, says Ron has his team play to the level of the opponent. I can't stand him. You don't pay $6 billion to keep Ron around. I agree. I think he should be gone ASAP, man. I really do. Steven also said we held the Giants to 0 rushing yards until the fourth quarter and still lost. You know what I'm saying? All right, appreciate you, Mark, man. You guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving, man. Appreciate you, Mark.
Same to you, man. Same to you, brother.
Also, man, Mayo played outstanding in the first half, disappeared in the second half, man. I don't talk. You know what? Mayo did have a couple sacks, and I'm just not a Mayo guy. But I think the Giants' defense is just putrid. I mean, offensive is putrid. It's not worth it, and I think that's why Washington had so many sacks. DeVito isn't good. They had so many sacks. DeVito isn't good. I'll be honest with you. That D line, that O line is in shambles, and he ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my man, dude, you're right. You were right, buddy.
You was right, man.
You was right. Like, so back to it, man. Back to the game, man. Just you're gonna look at it again. You're gonna like the turnovers. They lost. They didn't turn the ball over that many times. Yeah, they win. I feel like they win, right? I'm not gonna act like they don't because you're going to you had opportunities to score when Rodriguez fumbled. That was a key point because they were going to drive to at least score a field goal to take the lead or a touchdown to put themselves ahead a little bit. So that was a key turnover. Also, but even with all the turnovers, like you're still going to ask your defense to at least maintain or hold the fort against a quarterback who isn't elite, who's one of the bottom quarterbacks in the NFL, and you couldn't do that. And that's my concern. It's like you look up DeVito's stats. If you look up his stats right now, his total stats, like dude threw for like a guy who's games he's barely throwing for 100 yards. Dude threw for 246 yards. 246. In multiple games, he barely threw for 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Like
coming into this game, he had threw for 260 total.
260 total. And he was able to get explosive plays on the Washington Commanders defense. Like, it's terrible. I don't want to just like crap on the defense that everybody deserves. I felt like EB and the fumbles hindered his play calling. You know what I mean? Like you said, Glenn, he called a good game plan. But sometimes you look, man, I'm sick. I know people want EB to run the ball a lot. He ran the ball a lot too, more than we've seen him.
Yeah, he ran the ball a lot today.
But you know what? You score more when you throw the football. Sorry. EB, you score more when you throw the football. I'm fine with it.
I don't doubt
I'm
he
fine
would.
with him throwing the football. I know people want the run, but they score. Look, man, like they score more. They're more of the fish. They're more of an explosive offense when they're throwing the football, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm not mad at the runs. I like some of the runs, but like you had third and 2, they ran the football. They didn't get. And I tweeted, well, y'all all wanted him to run the ball. Like he has good plays in third and short. He's been effective throwing the ball in third and short.
But
You
there
know
was
what
a
I'm
third and
saying?
2 but there also was a 3rd and 2 that he
Yeah, I
got.
know.
So,
I'm not arguing that. Like I'm just saying that he ran with Rodriguez, but then also he ran the football. Rodriguez, he fumbled the football. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we can always to me, his offense, the way it runs. Yes, you would like him to run the football, but we could say the same thing when he runs the football. We could be like, throw the football, EB. Throw the football, EB. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like there's always a little bit of something in there, but I never had an issue with his aggressiveness as a play caller throwing the football, but I just want this dude, I'm just feeling like EB BU. I don't want that's basically my thing for the EB BU. If me and you is throwing the football, throw the football. Who cares what anybody else thinks? If that works best for you.
Yeah,
Oh, we got a bunch of comments. Hold on. Joel Sanders said enough. I seen enough. Please fire these people. 6 turnovers for real. I'm with you, bro. That was crazy.
I think everybody's with him. You know, you talk about turnovers, and you talk about not just turnovers. Turnovers in key situations, right?
Yeah.
And guys fighting. Pringle's turnover, even though it didn't lead to any points, from the New York Giants, you put him in scoring position.
Oh, because he got
defense. Right, defense stepped up and sacked him. Right,
it did. I will say it did though in this aspect. You playing with field position.
Yes, you flip field.
That's what you're doing. You playing, yeah. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you got flip field position, right? And not only did it flip field position, it slowed the momentum because you're coming out of the half. You had a great touchdown right before the half, right?
Mm-hmm.
Touchdown. Now you got to come out now in momentum. The momentum changed, the momentum shift, and so now you got to play from behind. Again, trending on Twitter right now. Fire Ron Rivera, dog. It is trending on. It is trending on Twitter right now. Fire Ron. Yeah. You have to be able to get the job done. I don't know. You know, me personally, is this Ron's fault? Players with the ball on the ground, but again, fighting for extra yards, pressing, trying to make a difference, and it just didn't work out for them today. And you know, the pressure that Sam Howell got. It was, hey, Charles Leno crapped down his leg. It is what it is. Thibodeau made. I'm talking about all game. Thibodeau made Leno crap down his leg. The false start was big, right?
That was big. It was just so stupid.
You just hold your water, right? He's scared of the pressure. Now his mistakes after mistakes after mistakes. That's where it becomes coaching, right? It becomes athletic coaching. It becomes guys putting. It becomes Ron Rivera not calming the team down. It's Ron Rivera. It's again. They came out flat once again.
There you go. And who's that on? Again? Who's that on? But who's that on?
That's on Ron. That's on the coaching staff. You come out flat.
That's what I'm saying. And that's the thing. Like we can say it's like, the turnovers played a big part. You can't, and Ron isn't running the football. Ron isn't, he's not doing all of that. But also at the same time, like, bro, like how many times are you coming in flat against a bad team, a piss poor team? How many times it happened? Like you just got to change. You got to change it. You got to dog. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing, hoping for a different result.
Yes,
it's the same thing. You're doing the same thing. So Ron is part of the problem. Like it or not, he's part of the problem.
Bro, Ron says in the press conference. I'm watching both with closed caption on. Ron said in his press conference. He says this. He says, "No matter what I say, it's going to come out as an excuse." He knows anything he says right now is coming as an excuse. He's like a dead man walking, right? Yeah. He knows that he's on a short leash.
Yeah.
He is on a short leash. And he knows. And I say it again. I said it on a podcast. I said at the beginning, if this was not a short week, he'll be fired. I'm not even 100% sure they don't fire him now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like we can keep saying it that if it wasn't a short turnaround, at the end of the day, bro, it don't matter. This team is already at this all-time. Like Ray said this, that he heard on a press conference. He quoted it. Ray said, Rivera to the media just now that it's a low point. If it's a dog, it can't get any lower. You just lost it. Like he's right. It can't get any lower. Dog, EB getting blown out to getting blown coaching a game and getting blown out by the Cowboys on Thanksgiving ain't gonna be lower than this. It
Nope.
ain't. I'm be real. Won't be lower than this. Anything anybody does will not be lower than this.
They're gonna get blown out. In my heart, I think everybody in the locker room's quit right now.
I thought they quit on the last. To be honest, I thought they semi quit once things didn't go that way in during the game. Anyway, I felt like once the last turnover, they semi quit. But I'm just being honest. Like in my opinion, looking at it. Oh yeah. All right. Did you say like Ron to me just now said we're just not showing consistency. Would we as a coaching staff or like the whole team? Like,
No,
bro, you have niggas the whole time. And Dujane said they got to go. Ron and Jack should be packing their offices tonight. Josh Harris, what's it going to be, sir? Everyday media member and fan can see this. It's time to go. Yeah, I think it's time to go. I'm not gonna put this one. We can't cuss out here, man. Michael Gross. I see it though. But I see you. I feel your frustrations. Yes, I agree, man. It's ridiculous. It's definitely ridiculous. Dujane also put out there said it's been a low point. Was a low point when they got their butts handed to them against the Bears. I agree. Again, I agree with that too. The Bears game shall let you know. Like the Bears game, I'm just like over this team over this regime. It just in terms of just this mentality of well, everything we're just trust the process. Bro, you haven't given anybody any reason to trust the process since your tenure, his whole tenure here. Like any process that you want anybody to trust, you got to show true progression. And I don't want to hear about no character, like or a lot of people are saying like, well, this team is in such a better place right now where they used to be. Yeah, I mean, within like the non-football stuff, yeah, they're in a better place. To be real with you, the non-football stuff. But on the field, are they that much better? Like real talk, are they that much better? We had like because even with Jay, I felt like Jay was better. Offensively better, yes. With Jay, really, I think Jay was better offensively.
Yeah, I think offensively better.
Huh? With Jay, all right, so
yeah,
you think they're better offensively? Were they better compared to having with Jay? Because Jay was scoring points and Jay was there, and they were offensively.
Somewhat.
They were offensive team.
I think. Yeah,
Mike.
Yeah,
oh, Glenn, you breaking up
a little bit more, and you have a developing quarterback. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
With Jay, you had. Okay,
Michael Rose said, "Getting ready for this." Yeah, you're cool. Mike Rose said, "Getting ready for the off season." Definitely. The homie, what else? Nancy said, "I am just tired of seeing Ron stand there with his arms folded, but love my team. God love your team, man. Look, yes, where is Joe? Like Joe is better than this. Where is Joe? Like, give me Joe back for this. We can't. This is laughable. All right, speaking of laughable, my man George said, "What a laughable franchise the Commanders are." Damn, this is atrocious, man. It really is. Like looking at again, my problem with this situation that I feel like nothing has truly changed. Hold on. That's it. Here you go. My man Darrin said, "That's it, bro. I have checked out. If ownership doesn't make changes soon, everybody will check out." And of course, there have already hit me up about next year's season tickets. Yeah, I just yeah. Is it me, Glenn? Your picture's just frozen to me. I just see you and no movement.
Yeah, it's me, man. It's
okay.
It's me, man.
I didn't know it was my side. I know it was me. All right, cool. That's cool.
Nah, not your side.
I can keep going.
Technical difficulty. I can hear you, but I can't feel you. But I'm working out.
Okay, no problem. But yeah, like that's my issue with this team. I'm just looking at it. This game, it just represents everything that Coach Rivera has done so far, man. You know what I'm saying? Like during his time here, we got inconsistent play. Yeah, we got a younger quarterback. We got a guy that we can a young quarterback they found. But even that situation was done wrong. Like he could have played Sam last year. He decided to play other guys ahead of Sam. He could have played Sam earlier in the season. He decided not to. So everything he's done has been kind of iffy. And George has a comment that says Josh Harris will start exhausting the goodwill he's got if he keeps Ron and Jack in place. I agree. I think if he really wants to show that, he's about changing this franchise, just let Ron go now. Let Ron go and see what's happening. I'm gonna actually, all right, it'll just be me for a little bit till Glenn gets ready. But yeah, if that's my issue, like I'm like, if Josh Harris is about improving his franchise, changing his franchise, having this franchise win games, then or changing the morale of the fan base, you gotta let this man go. He ain't worth keeping around. He ain't worth keeping around. This has got to change. Like this has got to change. I mean, dude, we just had what's that, Danny? We had Tommy DeVito just put up numbers on us. Like Tommy DeVito. Like, you ain't even gotta look. If you would play, I don't play Madden no more. Think about this. I don't play Madden no more. But if you play Madden and the Giants was out there. Glenn, you back? It's still frozen. And the Giants was out there. And you're looking at I think Glenn, your service is getting a little better. And
I'm back.
All right, looking at who you. Okay, cool. The Giants out there. You're looking at who you got to stop. You got to stop. They got Saquon Barkley, DeVito, and that's it. Right? You gonna stack the box and make sure you take away Saquon. That's all you worried about is Saquon Barkley. Are you playing Madden? I'm just saying. This is the most simplistic thing, and they still weren't able to stop Saquon. Granted, dog, I grew up watching Barry Sanders. I did. I love Barry, but Barry had Herman Moore. So it wasn't always easy to stop Barry because you had to worry about Herman Moore. But bruh, you couldn't, like, Saquon was it. Like, Saquon was literally really it.
But it was smart. It was smart play though. They put Saquon on a Jamin Davis who couldn't guard him, right?
Well, that's something that's been done before. Adjust, like they played him already. Jamin's improved as he's improved in coverage, but Saquon has been eating him in coverage since he's had the opportunity to line up against Saquon. Stop doing that. Like stop it. Then you had Cam Curl, which was better. That was a good pass. That was good defense. That was a good pass.
Oh, good pass.
I'm just saying, like, on the explosive plays, come on, bro. Like, adjust. My man, Evan Lambs said, I'll be spending quality time with my family on Thanksgiving. Ron is trash, and so is Jack Del Rio. Been a fan since 1976. Appreciate the fandom of the squad, man. Love my squad, but they knew that our O-line was going to struggle all season, but they didn't address it at all. Period. HTTR. I agree, man. That was one of my issues. We all have that. We all have that issue as fans, man. That's why Ron deserves a lot of the credit. I mean, I'm not a credit. A lot of the credit of the failures, right? Because like I said, people say we changed culture, he changed this, changed that. He's neglected. He's neglected positions on this team for like years now, bro. Like linebacker, offensive line.
No,
like
you had a chance to get Bobby Wagner. You had a chance to get Bobby Wagner
just to help out. Just to help out culture. Like that's the thing when you're talking about, like we're talking about building and creating a culture or improving a culture. Sometimes you do need like quality vets to help the young dudes out. Could you imagine having a Bobby Wagner playing alongside of Jamin Davis?
Or Jabril Cox or Khalid Hudson?
Yeah, like I'm just saying, like just to teach the young dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is how you do things. But you got them working with people who some ain't even better, or they're two young dudes. When you had Holcomb here having a Bobby Wagner work with him. Like, I'm just saying, like, this team, like the way Ron has done things has been atrocious, even just up in multiple positions, man.
Ron should have never been given the GM role. Should have just been the coach, not the GM at all. He didn't do well with the GM. I've never liked the coach being the GM and the head coach.
You got to be worth it. You got to be a certain dude to do that. Like you got to show me. You got to show that you. Well, truth be told, you have to be a championship coach to do it. Like you ain't win no Super Bowl. Yeah. You shouldn't be doing it. Michael Gross also said, when did Terry become a decoy? Yeah, Terry wasn't getting any touches. I don't know what was going on.
Terry had some yards today. I mean,
he had some yards, but
he spread the ball around today.
Yeah, I mean, this game I thought Terry should have ate. I ain't gonna lie. I did think Terry should have ate this game.
I did too. I mean, he was my fantasy pick today, but I thought he was too. But I thought he was going to eat, but it just wasn't that way in the situation in the game. And I think
I felt like they ran the ball a lot more this game too. They weren't really. Mark Anderson said making one mistake over and over again, no urgency whatsoever. I agree with that too.
Totally agree with that statement as well. It was one of those things. Sam Howell threw the ball for 45 times today, right? Yeah. You can't throw the ball 45 times, man. It's at this point, the 45 times they only got into the end. He only got into the end zone twice, right? 2 touchdowns.
Twice. One running, one throwing.
One pass, one running throw. And here again, the field goal. Giants defense holding them to the field goal in the first quarter, and Giants defense holding them to a field goal in the third quarter. If you think about the difference in this football game. Take away everything.
You think? Oh, that what you think? Okay.
No. What I'm gonna say this, and I say the reason I say that it's not even as bad as they played, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even as bad, they still had an opportunity to win the football game. And I'm not saying
they did. I'm
not saying this is a good football team at all. What I'm saying is you had two bad football teams playing a game, right? You have a team that gave up. You had a team who gave up 9 sacks. You had a team who gave up 6 turnovers, right? The Giants got 14 points off the turnovers. 2 bad football teams. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference in the game. And the Giants were able to score 7. Washington's only able to put 3 on the board. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, the difference in football game. Where Giants were able to score touchdowns, Washington scored field goals, not to mention the missed extra point.
There you go. That was another one too.
Missed extra point by Slay.
Yeah, Slide. Which again, keep getting an opportunity. Sorry. No, you're right. And keep giving him opportunities to be on the team, and he keeps doing it. That's another problem. Yeah. Ray said Ron just asked about he was just asked about possible personnel changes, and his response, "I'm not going to discuss that right now." Oh yeah, he knows now. He
knows. He been knows. He can go to Ashburn after the game. Whatever office he got at FedEx Field, clear that out.
I think he should be gone now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think this loss he should be gone. It don't matter about the short week anymore. It really doesn't, because at the end of the day, Eric Bieniemy's gonna get a week after that anyway. It doesn't matter. Like, it's not like he ain't gonna get. It's not like he's just getting the 1 week. He's gonna get multiple weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter. Like, you've lost 7 games, or it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't.
Yeah, you lost 7 games. You what? 4 and 7.
For 7, it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. Short week, long week. I know people. It sounds good and it sounds cool, but you just lost to the Giants. Once you lost, it don't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like you losing to a JV team. Once you lose to the JV team, it don't matter. Yo, like, it don't matter what you do. It don't matter.
I said this, and we've always said this. I think, and George can back me up on this. It was always a bad hire in the first place.
Who, Ron?
Yeah, Ron was always a bad hire.
Yeah, I mean, look at the track record on that. Look at the track record.
Right. Who did the research on this? Right. Yeah, when you try, the analytics would have told you not to hire Ron Rivera. Yeah. Right. Unless you have Cam Newton in the back.
Yeah. Or even, I mean, look at he only had one great year, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's most of his wins anyway. George said, freaking Charles Leno false starting in the last minute, tired of him. Bro, like, you was getting whipped by old boy Thibodeau.
Had to change the whole offense because of him. You had to change the whole offense.
And then just not just being whipped, and then you're gonna have the crucial false start penalty. Like, it changed the whole dynamic of that drive.
Right. You're driving for a touchdown. You're at the 45-yard line at that point.
Yeah, and then it is. Yeah, so it's like, and then you have to use the timeout. It's like the dude is like, Leno is like, I know people like they love Leno in it. They love Leno. He's a lovable guy. He's a likable guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I don't know this dude in person. His family's endearing to like a lot of Commander fans, but bro, he ain't it.
He ain't it.
Like, he ain't it.
Look,
like,
I just hope the picks that Washington got from Chicago, the picks they got from San Francisco, will add to the offensive line. I still want to talk about the secondary is not where it's supposed to be at. Because let's say the front 4 played a little bit well. The secondary still gave up 246 yards to Tommy DeVito.
Yeah.
Like, that's coverage, right?
That's
coverage. You guys that people don't even know the names of will catch your footballs.
Yeah, that's coverage. I'll say, like, It's definitely it's coverage. It is coverage. Don't get twisted. I don't think, you know,
Dude hit 8 receivers today. 8
yeah.
receivers.
Who was getting torched? I'm trying to figure out who was getting torched. I don't remember who was getting torched.
Fuller got torched on a touchdown.
Down a touchdown on the pass on the play action. I know
Right.
that.
He got shook. And and to me it looked like they were playing man coverage there. Well,
They were.
anytime you got to run
playing
across
man.
anytime you got to run across the field, you play man coverage. You can't do that. Pick routes are going to kill you in man coverage. You got to be able to switch off.
Yeah, or George responds that Glenn is absolutely right, but let's be honest, no one wanted this job at the time, and as well has said, this was a diversity hire.
No, George, I agree with you on that, but let's be honest. The same year that Ron Rivera was applying for this job, EB was applying for jobs as well. So if you wanted to go to diversity,
yeah, EB was going. Yeah, you're right.
If you wanted,
I don't know if he wanted this job though. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know.
If he wanted this job, but if you want to go diversity,
that's what George is saying.
Diversity. My man down in Miami, they got fired, was applying at the same time.
He already had the gig. He had a gig back then.
I didn't think he had the gig in Miami. Flores. I thought Flores was. He wasn't. I don't think he was employed.
Oh, New England. No, man, he wasn't. He was New England, right?
And I think he was at New England at the time. So if you wanted to go diversity, you could have went diversity without going around Rivera.
No. I think what George is saying is that nobody wanted it. Period. Even the guys like they wouldn't want. They had better opportunity.
Okay.
I don't know, but EB is a good one though. I don't know if EB had. I don't know if EB was interested in this job. You know what I'm saying? He probably wasn't though. A lot of people weren't. A lot of people with Snyder didn't want this gig. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was about to go. Yeah, he's like. See, George said he was about to go, but I don't think he was gonna. But Miami was a better situation. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't like it's Miami. He ain't choosing Washington over Miami. I know that. Yeah, we know that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, I just feel like this loss has like definitely crippled the fan base. Folks, how y'all feeling right now? If you as Commander fans, do you feel like, you know, are you checked out? Are you totally checked out? Are you gonna even watch the Thanksgiving game? You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to know. I want to know. Will folks even watch the Thanksgiving game? That's the real question.
At 4:15, most people should be in your turkey coma.
Yeah. Like, is it worth it? I know the NBA be playing games, so is it even worth it? Like,
game might be on. People just be like this.
Yeah, I'm just saying, is it worth really? You know what I'm saying? George said, I bet you Dan Snyder didn't interview EB, and remember, this was in the middle of the storm over the name and scandal was starting to break. I don't know. Dan Snyder tends to hire like the dudes that everybody thinks he should hire. So folks said he should hire EB, he would hire EB. He tends to like do the sexy pick hire. That's his mantra. You know what I'm saying? You know, he loves to get like the name person. So I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think I would say my guess EB wasn't interested. That's my guess. Because I feel like at that time EB was still trying to hold out. I feel like EB was holding out for maybe that Chiefs job. He thought Andy was going to leave eventually. That's what I was kind of thinking too.
Yeah.
George also. I'm gonna get George. Let me put George some shine today, man. He talking right now. I would be at the ESPN event, Invitational. So Washington will be relegated to the tablet if it works. It would be hard to watch if Ron and Jack were still here beyond tomorrow or Friday. Yeah, so we'll just ask this question. Y'all, you think, I mean, we got the Twitter, we got on Twitter, folks who they blame in this game, but Glenn, you think Ron going to be gone?
When? Today? Tomorrow?
Do you think yeah.
No. Friday, yes. Tomorrow? No. I don't see it being tomorrow. Maybe like I said, maybe I'm wrong. But I just think it was a short week. You keep everybody in place and you let him go on Friday.
I guess my question is, what's the benefit of keeping folks in place? I think when you say that, like, what's the benefit?
Unless
like what team, like the goal of it? Because at the end of the day, like, what does it do where they're at today, where they're at now?
All right, I'm sitting here thinking about it. Truth be told, and be honest, and I'm gonna rethink this, right? You could actually let Ron Rivera go today.
Yeah.
EB calls the offense. You got to keep Jack though.
Facts. Okay.
Right? If you let Ron go, you got to keep Jack. You can't fire both.
Got you.
Because EB does the offense, Jack can do the defense, and then you can figure out the other stuff in the middle. But if you're gonna, that's why I say you could fire if you wanted to Ron Rivera tonight and just tell EB you're interim head coach until the end of the year. Jack Del Rio, you got your job until the end of the year, and let's see what it works.
Okay. All right.
You,
I'm
you,
trying to be curious about
yeah,
that. Okay.
yeah, and I can reevaluate that because Ron doesn't call anything else. Only reason the one I want to say the reason Dujournay. Only reason I say you keep Jack Dujournay is for the simple fact is that nobody else EB is not gonna call you defense.
Yeah.
Unless you promote a linebacker coach, right?
Which I kind of think you could, but I get what you're saying though. I'm not going to even.
You don't want to you don't want to change it too much because you still got to teach it, or you still got to your philosophies and how.
Well, I think the philosophy is gonna always be the same though, right? Because you're still teaching what the other person's what they implemented. Because you're not going to, like, to your point, you're not going to really know a new defense till next season, right? Really, real talk. Like, that's not going to be till next season. George, so here's a question: does Josh Harris and the ownership group worry about looking like Dan Snyder, and that's why they aren't firing? Ooh.
Nah, because they got time. Everybody know this was a bad organization. Yeah. Everybody know Ron Rivera was a bad coach because, again, if let's be honest, if this team wasn't in a selling mode last year, Ron Rivera probably would have been fired after last season.
That's true. That's true. I always said that, like, him having Snyder saved him for a while.
Yeah, him having Snyder saved him.
I know people hate, like, we can talk about, well, man, he did so much for Snyder, and I mean Snyder did so. Like, he did so much for the organization while Snyder was there. Like, the reason why his job is still there as a coach is because Snyder was occupied with other things, right? Occupied with legal stuff, and worried about public opinion. Go ahead.
I'm not a gambler's man, but I wish I would have put the money on that 10-point spread in Vegas.
Oh, man. I know somebody, my boy did. I told you money line.
I wish because I mean, in my heart of hearts, I knew that the Commanders couldn't cover the spread anyway, but that this was going to be a close football game. So, they had potential losing.
They got blown out. That's what happened. That's what the score says. Michael Gross also said Leno is baby diary. Hey, Mike, you ain't lying. I mean, people like that. You'd be surprised how many people stand up for Leno. But yeah, I'm with you. I think Leno, like, we've had great left tackles in DC. He ain't one of them. Let's put it that way. He ain't one of them.
No, not even close.
My man, Dujournay said, I promote the linebacker coach. I would think about, I mean, why not? Eric, we about name people. Why not just promote Ryan Kerrigan? Who cares? Like, who cares? To be real with you, because at the end of the day, we've heard reports. Josh Harris does care about ticket sales, and this is going to definitely take a ticket sale hit. Like, this is a ticket sale. This type of game is a game where you're getting no love.
No,
you know what I mean, within ticket sales. So
everybody's coming to the next game to see Miami. I think next home game is Miami, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The whole fan base, though. Yeah, it's gonna be a Miami thing. Definitely a Miami thing. Yeah. All Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like, who my man? Once again, this team is so schizophrenic. You said it last time. You no lies told, my man. This team it sure is. Also, all right, here you go, George. Also, have you seen the post saying, "Oh, it's a bad day for the people sold on Sam Howell, the same people that defended Heineke and were gaslighting on Sam Howell last year." They already talking. They saying we hating. Oh, that sucks. They said they're saying that they hating on Sam.
I'm not hating on Sam.
Look, man, Sam. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all one interception. I need to, like, chill out. The one interception was a glorified punt, so y'all need to be easy. Not the first one, the one he just threw it up.
Yeah,
I think it was Jahan. Like, Jahan was down there. He just threw that was a punt. That was third down. Like, y'all gotta be easy. Like, how y'all try to, like, break down an interception. There was no play to be made. He just threw that thing up. All right. So it was basically a punt. That's what it was. It wasn't a stupid interception. It was like, okay, let me throw it up, make a play. D lineman hits him and shortens the throw a little bit, but it was basically a throw up play. It was just throwing it up like a punt. So y'all gotta chill. Like, the hate for some of y'all people, like, because y'all love Heineke so much, is crazy. Hold on.
Yeah, like, what's Heineke done?
This is on saying Washington fans always be blaming the quarterback. Come on, I know, man, it's just trash. Like, what are we doing here?
This is not the quarterback's fault.
Yeah, like, y'all have to chill out. If y'all blaming Sam, y'all need to stop. because I know y'all Heineken ain't coming back. Jeez, man, y'all glorify a backup quarterback. Nobody, dude, man. Oh God, I glorify the backups everywhere, man. Good God, man.
Yeah.
Heineken's not even a real starter, but God dang, this fan base, I tell you, like I'm getting a headache right now. Jory said two of the INTs he was hit as he threw or was under pressure. Agreed.
Agreed.
But Howell had a poor game today. EB did too, but I'd still rather go for forward with those two. Yeah, EB. I thought EB's game play calling wasn't horrible. It wasn't good, but it wasn't horrible. Obviously, the Giants know how to.
He took what the Giants was giving him.
Yeah, they did. I feel like, to your point, Douglas, I feel like one, Dexter Lawrence was a problem. Like he was a serious problem. Dexter Lawrence and Thibodeau were a serious problem. So he was trying to make sure he just had a quick passing game to kind of negate what they were doing. He was trying to get the ball out quick because those dudes were getting it. And then when he was making plays, you had Logan Thomas fumble.
Logan Thomas.
Chris Rodriguez fumble. You know what I'm saying? Pringle, as a punt, but like you had guys fumble at bad times, so I just felt like his situation is a little different. But I get it. No, I get it. I totally get it.
But I mean, EB, look at this. I mean, I'm just gonna put it in perspective, right? And numbers don't lie. It was 170. They had 174 yards on the ground today. Right, averaging 6.2 yards a rush. Brian Robinson had 73. Chris Rodriguez had 43. Sam Howell 35. Derek Gore had 23. I'm not counting you count the late last one he had, but
I'm counting that.
Yeah. I'm not counting. I'm not counting that, right? But again, he did effectively run the football. Sam Howell still had 255 yards in the air. They couldn't punch it into the end zone. They couldn't punch it into the end zone because they couldn't keep the ball. You can't punch it into the end zone where you cannot keep the football, right? And that was the thing. Drives stopped because they couldn't get the football. If they end up winning this game, we're not talking about how bad EB calling a bad game, right? This team still had 403 yards of total offense.
Yeah.
Again, 403 yards of total offense. That's not a bad offense. That is a bad off. That's an offense who's not being able to get into the end zone, right?
That's turning the football over 5. That's turning the football over.
Right. Sure. You had 34 minutes and 51 seconds of possession.
Yeah.
So again, is the 6 turnovers. Just I know what people are saying. They had 28 first downs.
Who? The
Commanders.
The 28 first downs? That's crazy.
Yes.
That's good. That's a good number. I mean, he did some things schematically.
Schematically, so when you talk about bad play calling or putting it on Sam Howell, putting it on EB, it is not on Sam Howell. It's not on EB. It is on the defense. And again, it's on the defense. It's on. If you want to put it on some offensive players, you put it on Logan Thomas for fumbling football, right?
Yeah, you put Logan, Rodriguez,
right?
Those two, because I felt like those are drives where Rodriguez definitely you were going to score, like you were going to score something.
You had the momentum. You were going to score, and you were going to potentially take the lead.
Take the lead. Score, you take the lead. Score, you take the lead.
Put 2 hands on the football.
Yeah.
2 hands on the football. You know they punching it out, and that's what they do. You've seen that. That's coaching again. That right there is coaching because the coach should tell him, "Hey, 2 hands on the ball."
Yeah, and he had his wild. He fumbled in the preseason.
One preseason
Rodriguez.
Yep.
Rodriguez said that fumbled in preseason. So,
to my question then too, why in that situation? That's just why I know you want to get the young guy carries. Why Brian Robinson not in the game?
Say again.
Now, in that situation, why Brian Robinson's not in the game? Right, running the ball down the field. That's and truth be told, if Antonio Gibson have a toe, that's Antonio Gibson. In that situation,
yeah.
Well, we're not saying he won't fumble. Not saying he wouldn't fumble neither, but that's
I'm about to say. I'm like, where you going in, bro?
Not saying he wouldn't fumble neither, but at least he's been working on it, man. He's been working on it.
No, I will say, like I don't want Rodriguez look good, so I won't even he just fumbled. Like he looked good. Like I was really ready to give him his flowers until he fumbled. It's just something the young boy gonna have to he's gonna have to work on. Like again, he did this in the preseason. He fumbled in preseason once. But that was like a thing, like it was towards the end. And you still want to trust them. Even if it's preseason, you want to trust somebody. You prefer no fumbles in preseason, for real, because it's preseason.
Yeah.
So you want to be able to trust somebody. And now you trust, you fumble in a big part of the game where you're going to be like, oh, okay.
If they trust Antonio Gibson, they need to trust Rodriguez.
Well, I don't know if you're going to trust him now. Well,
They
it
keep
depends who
trusting Antonio Gibson.
What is it's going to be EB? It's EB now. It's different. So many, so many damn fumbles. I know the Giants are punching the ball because that's a hard Martindale defense. But why can't we hold on to it? Yeah, I agree. He said George also said, and here's an EB thing that made me mad. Why is Derek Gore getting a carry? Sorry, getting a carry near the goal line. Why is he Derek Gore getting a? Oh, you like Derek Gore like that? I don't like Derek Gore that much.
I think it was okay.
Oh, everybody like. I don't like him that much. I prefer Chris. I prefer Chris Rodriguez. I like Chris Rodriguez. My man was on Armand to like and subscribe. Appreciate you, my man.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, man. I just don't. I don't personally like this game. Is a weird game, right? Because it's easy to like. There's so much bad in this game. Like so much bad in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you have 6 turnovers, it's like it's an easy sell. Like, all right, that's why you lost the game. But and it's wow. You know the Giants are super bad because you had 6 turnovers and you had a chance to win the football game.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, 5 turnovers before the big one. Right. 5 turnovers before the pick 6. But to have that, like, okay, my man. Also, I read about the turnovers. My man Matthew has a comment about the turnovers. Said the blame goes on the turnovers and the lack of protection for Sam, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Matt. I think that's true. The turnovers and also like the lack of protection. But I would say when we say lack of protection, it's 2 dudes though. It's Lawrence, it's Dexter Lawrence and Thibodeau. And they were fierce. And Thibodeau, I even would say Thibodeau even more than Lawrence, because like Glenn said, like you could tell Leno was scared. He was shook. Like he changed his whole blocking style for what he was doing the first half to the second half. I felt like what he was doing the second half, first half was better than what he was doing the second half. So I don't know why he changed up. I know he was looping going middle, but that's also he's passing them off to somebody else. I felt like it was because then in the second half, he was just flat out beating him on the edge. I prefer him being the wash for a little bit than him just flat out being beat off the edge. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I felt like whatever he did in the second half was much worse. But
like I said, made EB change the offense.
Yeah,
or the way they was running it. Brian Robinson had to chip more before he could get out. Logan Thomas had to chip more, and so you had to change and do some things because you needed to get. And then you had to get Sam Howell's blind side right. Mm-hmm. You're the left tackle. You supposed to be that dude.
Ooh, I like this message right here, man. Armand said the turnovers to me show that this team is quit on Ron Rivera. We literally have beaten ourselves 3 weeks in a row. I like that one, bro.
Yeah.
He said we didn't try hard enough to double team Lawrence and Thibodeau. You preaching, Matt? You preaching? Yeah. You know what? I felt like they quit. I kind of felt like they quit too, Armand. I felt like they quit towards them. I felt like they quit after the second to last Sam interception. That was my opinion when I saw Saquon get the big run. I was like, oh, they quit. Like I'm like, oh, they quit. Like they don't think they're gonna win. Like they quitting. And then they get they hold him to a field goal, I believe. And I'm like, all right, well maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe Sam could do some magic, right?
Then when Sam got the touchdown, it was like, all right, the last drive they had energy again. You know what I'm saying? Like, but even that was too close. Like they may do, like DeVito almost got the first down running that. I was like, y'all, I don't know what's happening. Y'all made that too close.
I'm gonna ask the question to fans out here and listeners, man. If they had won this game, if Sam had scored a touchdown at the end of the game and they had won. Are we still having the same conversation? I think I'm still having the same conversation. Team's terrible.
I am. I think it's.
I think I am. The team is terrible. If Sam had driven down the field, the question for you guys: if Sam had scored a touchdown, are you guys feeling the same way and having the same conversation? The viewers or fans, let me know. Leave a comment.
I believe they are. Actually, it's wild. So, I'm going on our poll. So when should Ron? Oh, you said when? Glenn, you put it out there. When should Ron get fired? 78% have today. Now 6% says after Thanksgiving, 11% says bye, 5% says end of the season. Folks want him out. You know what I'm saying? And in terms of this game, is this game's Ron's fault? 75% says yes, that it's Ron's fault. Folks are blaming Ron.
Blame it
Ron
on
is the common denominator. I want to say this: like, if Ron is fired, will Washington sell out the next game against Miami?
Depends on who they promote. It's shit different.
Oh man, you said if they promote EB, then they would. Dujane said the fact that the game was that close is unacceptable. Exactly. Here you go. Armand said Ron should have been fired before we were mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. Agreed. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is not.
Truth be told, can we be honest? Some people thought Ron should have fired after the Bears game.
I did. I did. I was at the game. I saw it. I did. I was like, fire him now. I was the one. Shoot. Matt was like, I agree with you. We just gave up. It's pathetic. Why is the coach not trying to motivate his players on the sidelines? Come on, Ron. Light a fire or get fired. Agreed. Oh, George, let me Ray, man. People out here asking how the defense would fare against Zach Wilson. Is this a fair question? Hell yeah, yes. It's a fair question.
Yeah, you got.
Did you not watch the veto prior, Ray? Did you not watch the veto prior to the Washington game? Man, Zach Wilson would eat. Zach Wilson looked like a Heisman quarterback against this defense.
Can you be honest? And we can be honest. And I thought about this during the game. This team may not win another game this year. This team has potential not to win another game this year.
Yeah, I agree. This may be it.
Yeah, this team has potential just to lose out.
They do.
And look at the quarterbacks. Look at the quarterbacks they got. You got to play Dak twice. You got to play Tack. You got to play Tua. You got to play. We just talked about Zach Wilson. And
you got to play San Fran quarterback.
You got to play San Fran. Purdy.
Yeah.
Purdy. So you actually have this team has the opportunity not to win another game.
Yeah, look, man, Armand like, yo, he said facts. No lies told, man. Maybe this could be the last WC. I mean, last W would have saw was against the Patriots. So thank you, Bill Belichick. Maybe our new coach. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
I told you I told you how I feel about that, man. If Ron, if EB don't get a shot at being a new head coach before Belichick, I have a problem.
Darrin said, how many episodes ago did I say that they may not win again?
You're right.
Oh, you're right, man. DH, you're right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Like, this is definitely like the last. Cool, man. My man, fantasy football. Mike Evans got a touchdown. That's what's up. No. Oh, you gotta look at some positives, man. Yeah, I don't know the next time they're gonna win a game. Like, I don't like. Dujane also has another comment. I gotta read them all, man. So I agree. If EB doesn't get a shot, I have a problem. Also, yeah.
I mean, look, you got Miami. You got Miami coming up, right? This is what you have. You got the Cowboys. You got Miami.
Losses.
You got to buy. Then you got the Rams.
You're gonna lose them a bye too. You're gonna lose them a bye too.
You got to you got the Rams.
Loss.
All right. Then you got the Jets.
Loss.
You got San Francisco.
Loss.
Then you got Dallas.
Loss. That's loss. I'm sorry.
Yo,
Matthew Stafford back. You definitely losing. And you gotta go against Aaron. Dog, if you can't freaking block, I mean, Lawrence is a beast. What you think Aaron Donald gonna do to your line, man? God, they gotta get out of here, bro. Like, they losing. They losing these games, man. They losing these games.
So that will put them at 4-13.
The only way
4-13.
I agree. Like, yes, it's that bad. The only way they're not losing these games, I'm lying to you not. Only way. If they decide to make it, like, if they don't care or whatever, they gotta make a change. Like, that's the only, because it's not going to get better. So this is the thing when people say is it too, for like some of the reporters out there and whatever. Like, this is my rebuttal to them. You know what I'm saying? They come out to say like, okay, well, you know, they can't do it now, short week. It can only get better. Real talk. With a new voice, it can only, because they can't get any worse. This is worse. Like, what y'all been preaching and saying, like, they can't do this now. Y'all waited for this to get worse. I'm gonna be real with you. So a lot of y'all who out here reporting for the team and saying it don't make no sense to do this, y'all wait, like, y'all waited for this to happen. Like, it could have been better weeks ago. If they got rid of this dude, for real. Like, anything is better than this. Cause I've Glenn, we've done this show. We've done in training camp. We've done preseason, and the reporters we've had on this show all of it in terms of how, and I'm gonna speak for EB, like how he runs his unit is strict, is thorough to a point where you seen other people trying to change up and do things their way, like do it his way in terms of how he does stuff. So reporters could see that it's a different upbeat tempo in terms of one side of a football. Bro, I want to put that thing all around the football team. You know what I'm saying? All around the football team. You got a guy who's that strict, that rigid for his offense. Let him be a coach so that could be the personality of the whole defense. Not the personality of a coach that only does this for like 4 hours like this and doesn't move. And just quiet. No, I don't want that temperament. I don't want that.
I want
an animal. I want an animal. I want an animal. I don't want nobody who's reserved. I don't need reserve. This team don't need reserved anymore.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
this team needs to go out and be an aggressive attitude type football team where they can not dominate, but establish who they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want the defense guy. Everybody hold everybody accountable.
Whoa! I think I seen something. Hold on. Wait. Armand, wait. We end the season 5-12 with a split because they. Oh, okay. I respect that because Dallas resting and stuff. Okay, I'm with that. All right. Yeah. Okay. And still win by field goal. Okay.
George said the same thing. The Dallas
George said the same thing.
My rested players.
That's true. Okay. So maybe one win. Still not good enough to get. That's not good. That's not good enough to get my guy.
Ain't good enough to get Keller Williams.
But
it's good enough to get because right now, unless something changes in Carolina's gonna get number one pick.
Oh, they definitely get the Bears are getting number one pick.
The Bears gonna get number one pick. Sorry,
getting that pick. Josh Harris clearly doesn't understand. You can't churn the squad in 1 year and get a winner. This is not the NBA.
Well, yeah, but you know what? They came in late. So I'm gonna tell you this. The Josh Harris and them came in late to this game. If this team was sold back in January or at the end of last season, Ron Rivera wouldn't have been the head coach. It gave them time. It would have gave them time to pick the head coach, pick who they want, and had time to make changes. Because they didn't have time to make changes, and the NFL hadn't approved the sell of the team yet. You have to keep everything in place. Now, when Black Monday comes, if he's not fired before the end of the season, or after week 18, probably before as soon as the game is over or before midnight strikes, Ron Rivera will be out of Washington. But again, it was too late in the game for Josh Harris to make any changes or put personnel and people in now. There's no doubt. I'm waiting for Magic to get on Twitter because guess what? It wasn't just Josh Harris's $6 billion. It was a lot of other people that was involved with this. There was this deal, and a lot of people want to see changes and want money.
We got a lot of people out here, man. Armand said he can give him your flowers. A good point. DH said after losing at the end of the season last year, Dallas ain't rested nobody when it comes time to play us. And you may be right, man. You may be right. Dujanay said the worst thing you can have is keeping around a group of leaders that not only have a losing record. The whole locker room knows they are lame ducks. The room doesn't care anymore, so get them out. I got another one. My man, Merle said Josh Harris is waiting until the end of the season to make changes. He can do that now, bro. Real talk.
Yeah.
Matthew, what's up? Matt again. What's good, my dude? EB is definitely our best coach, and I think Kerrigan could call defensive plays. I kind of think that myself too. Time to clean house. Got it. Get some fire back on the sidelines. I'm sick of watching Rivera stand there like a damn statue. See, I told you, Glenn. I
know he doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know what to do, man. He's not that type of guy. He's been that way for years, right?
He's been chilling. Years been losing. He's
been losing. But again, I tell people, I say it. You have to be able to communicate with these players. It was a bad hire. Nobody wanted a job after Gruden anyway. But again, I would have took a novice coach. I would have took somebody other than Ron Rivera, who's only had 2 winning seasons, right? 3 winning seasons prior to that point in the 15-1 season. If you go back and watch that 15-1 season, they easily could have been 8-8. A lot of games they won in the last minute.
They won a lot of last minute games. That's true. But Cam was special.
Cam was special.
Cam was special, and they had Luke Kuechly and a healthy young Tom.
Yeah, and the D'Angelo Williams.
Yeah, D'Angelo was, and also they had like McDermott was the defensive coordinator, and
right?
who's coaching in Buffalo. So he's had it.
Let's not talk about coach. Let's not talk about coaches. I saw that thread on Twitter this week. All the coaches that was here in Washington. I think I saw that Twitter, like the whole Sean McVay. And...
Oh, those are good. I mean, those are good coaches. We ain't talking about back. Those are good coaches. We ain't talking about. You know what I'm saying? We ain't
all the coaches Washington let get away. I'm put it that way.
Yeah, we're not talking. Those are bad coaches. I mean, we talking about good coaches, Nick Glenn. Come on, man. You know what
I'm saying, man. Coaches that Washington let get away. That could have helped change the program around.
Yeah, I agree. No, I totally agree. Sorry, looking at my phone. But yeah, this situation it's definitely a dire situation. Ron can go though. I'm just being real. Like I'm talking about my man Merle, like can't make changes at the end of the season. He can make changes now. Because I mean, not to say like it has to be permanent changes, but like I do feel like the energy has been zapped out of this team, and Ron isn't the one to help bring it back, right? I mean, Ron has done. Ron has been at times. We've seen this team rally for Ron. We have, like, you know what I mean. That's why I always make fun of it, and I always make fun and say, you know what? Here goes that Ron run in November. He's gonna get you like 4 or 5 in a row. You don't have that feel right now. You're not gonna get that 4. Like I feel like those players they're not playing with that same energy. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not playing with the same energy. So we're not gonna see, in my opinion, you're not seeing that type of play where they're playing spirited football. I felt like once they traded, and also once it's because Ron has no power anymore, which it's a good thing, right? Because he doesn't have all the power anymore.
Everybody knows he linked up.
Yeah, right. So once players got like Montez and Chase got traded, you knew like, all right, Ron is like he don't have full autonomy, so everybody's not rallying to him. Like it's not the whole because you're losing your brothers and whatever. So you don't have the same energy. So now it's like, dang, you know what I mean, Ron, you can't help us either. Like you can't help us either. We got an ownership group that's now thinking differently. They're thinking about the future. They're thinking about their squad. They're thinking about what they can do. And yeah, you don't see that. I think players sense it. And like now it's like you can't only rely on Ron. Like Ron ain't the only voice.
Yeah. Put something up that George put up.
Said I saw a clip on Twitter. Jonathan Allen said Washington has to learn how to win in 4 years with the head coach. I think Armand is right. This team is quit on Ron Rivera. Some said like they quit. I think they quit. Like I think they totally quit.
I think a lot of players quit. I think
coaches on their staff. Hey, Kevin O'Connell. Well, Kevin O'Connell, I said that should have been the head coach, but they like Snyder decided to go with Rivera. I thought Kevin O'Connell should have been coach or offensive coordinator. That's me though. That's what I thought.
Well, no, we all thought that. I mean, I thought Sean McVay should have been.
I heard I heard on the radio. So I heard on the radio that Sean McVay didn't want the job because at the time Jay was still here and him and Jay are like best friends. He wouldn't take the job. That's what I heard.
Man, bumped that
to Jay. He wouldn't do it to Jay. That's what I heard on the radio. Didn't really care, but like I didn't really care, but that's what I heard on the radio. I was like, all right, well, whatever. But Sean McVay is an interesting one because like no one thought of him as a real head coaching candidate.
Right.
And then once he just applied, and then the Rams just loved him, so they just hired him. But yeah, great offensive mind, great coach. I mean, they haven't been like as dominant of late like they used to because they like I will say Sean McVay is a really good coach, a great offensive mind. But also the Rams, they were like giving him all the talent in the world to work with, and they're not. And since they've taken away the talent, since he don't have a Jalen Ramsey anymore, he doesn't have what's my guy name? Todd Gurley. He don't got, you know what I'm saying? Odell's not there no more. Still got Cooper Kupp, who's a beast. But it's like a lot of players on defense aren't there anymore. Like they had so many defensive dudes, studs. Was it Peters? They had Peters at the time, I think. I think they had Peters too. Peter. They have a bunch of like defensive players, and now they don't have them anymore. So I mean, it's a little harder now when you're doing a real rebuild. You know what I'm saying? So it's like harder to be more of a competitive team. But yeah, it's all good. Again, Ron's time is pretty much done. But I do want to talk.
He's on the clock.
I think I need him out now. I need him out ASAP. I'm hoping tomorrow we wake up Monday morning. Like I know it's the holiday season, and we shouldn't want ill on somebody somebody in terms of holiday season,
He'll be okay.
he'll be all right. He made money. He'll be okay.
He'll be
He
okay.
could be gone. Ron could be gone for all I care. He really could be gone.
It could be one of those things that you can pay him for the rest of the year. I mean, he'll be okay.
Yeah. So in terms of this, like Sam's play, where does this like deter you of saying that Sam is the future, or do you still think Sam is
Sam's the dude?
Some people will come out here and say like,
I'm gonna tell you why Sam's the dude, because you look at some of the plays that Sam made today. That touchdown run,
yeah,
that's the dude, right? That's him,
dude, bro.
Right? The 23-yard run, that's him, right?
Yeah,
him getting his lip busted, coming back in the game.
Could have had concussion, I think, again.
Could have had, yeah. That's him, right? That's him. Him driving the team down, driving the team down the field. Kind of him. Now, was there some mistakes he made? Sure. I mean, some of the pass at the end, arm was hit. As I think George put it on there, his arm was hit, tipped over. Yeah. But again, I'm gonna put a little bit on Logan Thomas. Come back for the football. Break that up, right? Do something towards the end.
No.
Right? Break that up. You know the situation.
That's
you know the key.
Thinking,
right?
Bro. Like, why are you breaking that stuff up?
Break that up. Break that stuff up and come back to the football, right? Yeah. Again, can't put it on Sam Howell because Sam Howell didn't fumble the ball. Did he throw 3 interceptions? Yeah. I'm going to say 2. I'm going to say really Sam threw 1 interception that cost the team, right? Mm-hmm. The one was a punt. I'm not even giving that. The one at the end of the game, at that point, it ain't going to make a difference. You ain't going to get the ball back. Let it ride, right? Mm-hmm. And the 1 interception that he threw deep, he was taking a shot. Is that on Sam or is that on the receiver?
With the first one or the second one?
The very first one.
No, I was on Sam. He didn't throw it. He threw it outside. I feel if he threw it inside, it would have been. He was the Diami. I thought he threw it inside. Yeah. It would have been a better play. It would have been bigger because Diami could outrun the DB.
Diami could. Speaking of Diami, the drop ball that Diami
had. Yeah, should have caught that.
That was a score play. It scored quick.
But they scored a touchdown anyway. But yeah, you're right. It would have been a quicker. It would have been a quick score. Yeah, because Jahan got the touchdown. Jahan got the touchdown. Yeah,
Jahan ended up getting a touchdown, but again,
it'd been a quicker score. I agree. More time on the clock.
More time on the clock. So you look at some of those. It's not Sam per se. Mm-hmm. It is things that teams are. Some of the players around Sam, lack of focus, lack of concentration, whatever the case may be, dropping the balls, putting the ball on the ground. That is not that. Anybody tell you, offensive coordinator, if you watch football long enough, when you lose the ball 4 or 5 times, it is hard for offense to get in rhythm. It's hard for offense to win games when you put the ball. I don't care what level you're at, Pee-wee level, high school level, JV, varsity. When you put the ball, turn the ball over 4 to 5 times, the likelihood of you winning that football game is slim to none.
George said that, and out of 12 games Hal started, he's had 2 really bad games with interceptions. Agreed. Talking about the Buffalo game and now this game. The other 10, he hasn't thrown that many. I agree. I've been saying that for a while. This game it does hurt. Like this game does hurt. Like his stats in terms of interceptions and touchdowns. People they're going to have the notion that he turns the ball over a lot. But we know, God. To me, I think we're smart enough as football fans to know what a real interception is and what a guy who just throws the ball just to throw the ball. Like you watch what's the kid like? Zach. I feel like I'm being mean on this kid, but it's the truth. Like what's the kid in the Jets? Zach Wilson. Like a kid Zach Wilson. Like you give him to his devices and let him throw the football, he's gonna throw a lot of picks. Like right. You've seen it. Like he throws a lot of picks. Sam Howell is pretty safe with the football. It's like when he throws interceptions, like he gets hit, it's an interception, tip ball interception. That bomb, the one he threw again to Diami was like that was to me again. It ain't hurt you because it's a deep play in the middle. It's not like leading you in the red zone. You're not in the red zone. You're taking a shot. Like I don't have an issue when you take a shot and it's an interception. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not like you're throwing in double coverage. Like Diami was singled up. It was just thrown in the wrong side. It wasn't thrown, and Diami didn't read it either too when he was on the outside. So like you said, breaking the ball up. Like if he read it correctly, maybe he can break the ball up. But it just wasn't an accurate throw on the out. To me, I think it should have been more inside. The other interception, the interception that he threw where he got hit, to me was basically a punt. So you're not gonna hear me say, I'm not gonna be with it like everybody else. So he threw that interception was a punt. It was third down, it was third and 10. He took a shot. Like that's a punt. If he gets a PI, he wins in that situation, right? It's a punt. Mm-hmm. The last interception, he was trying to throw the ball away. He was trying to throw the ball away. It's just he was starting to get pressure, and he just
lobbed it. He didn't float. He floated it, and he didn't throw it with no attention.
Yeah, exactly.
No effort.
No effort. So then that was it. And I think because he's been burned with intentional grounding. for like a lot this year, a couple times this year. I felt like, he was trying to be too fine and trying to throw that incomplete pass, and that's why I got picked off. So yeah. But again, to George's point, I don't think he's turnover prone in terms of throwing interceptions. I don't think so. Like I feel like every game has a different situation. Like I feel like he can clean that up. Like his interceptions, he can clean up, and the following year, you can throw less interceptions.
I'm gonna ask you this: how does this team come out on Thursday?
Oh, they're gonna get their ass whipped. Excuse my language.
Okay. Here's a two-part question. If Ron gets fired tonight or tomorrow, how does this team come out on Thursday?
I think they come out better if he gets fired. I think they play faster. I think they won't. I think they'll play with energy off the rip if Ron is fired and they play. I think that I do think. I'm not saying they're going to win. I do think they play with a lot more energy. Because this is just, and like, because I don't get why they play this way, play so flat at home, but on the road they play with more energy.
And they play up to the competition. They play. Look at the players of Philadelphia. I'm expecting, and I'm not saying this because I'm a Commanders fan or anything like that. They play up to their competition. Look at the teams that they have played, like the Philadelphia Eagles. They played them tough, competition-wise. Denver, I'm not gonna say Broncos. Seattle, they played tough. Seattle eventually, I still think Seattle will be a playoff team, right?
They could be.
They could be, right? They played them tough. Atlanta still have the opportunity to win the South, right? They played them tough. This team plays to the ability of they play up to the team that they're playing. I think they may come out because it's Thanksgiving, prime time, whatever case may be. And the players, not the coaches. I want you to clear. I'll be clear on this, right? I think the players will come out with more energy, more energy on Thanksgiving than the coaches will give them credit for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is a good point. Matthew said we play lethargic. We've adopted the mentality of our lethargic head coach. I agree, and it showed today on the field. Sam Howell would be better off without Ron. I think. I agree. I agree. I feel like there's okay. To your point, which I totally agree, Matt. The offense plays with different. I think we all can say this regardless of what in the length of this season, the offense plays with a different mentality compared to the defense. There's more of an upbeat style, right? Regardless of what it is. Like we talk about, like they score more points and this, that, and the other, but there is more of an upbeat style. The defense, which the coach is a defensive-minded coach, right? And Jack and whatever, they're together, so they by the hip because they're both deep. The head coach is defensive-minded. If he was offensive-minded, he would be. I think he'd be in meetings a lot with EB. If you're a defensive-minded coach and your defense is struggling, I guarantee throughout the process, and you brought in these guys in the draft, like because you wanted defensive players, like you drafted the Emmanuel Forbes, you drafted Quan Martin, you drafted a lot of these defensive players.
Which Forbes didn't have a bad game today?
No, man, I'm never mad. I think Forbes will be fine. But I just feel like that side of the ball, like I mentioned this on the pregame show, is to me is passive, lethargic, and they don't hunt. You know what I'm saying? Like they were blessed. I know they had like 9 sacks today. The front had 9 sacks.
Yeah,
like it's gonna look. It's just they had 9 sacks. It was good for them. But you're playing against DeVito. I'm sorry, like he's not good. And he held the ball like Sam did. Like Sam holds the ball, he held the ball. Dude held the ball on a wide receiver screen and got hit. Like I was like, bro, like you do hold the ball. Like, I thought Sam was bad, bro, but you hold the ball. And so I'm just saying, like, yeah, they got 9 sacks because basically they got to see Washington's D-line got to see what Sam was doing. Like they got to see they got to see that. So that's why they got to eat. But they're still a lethargic defense. We talk about it all the time. Like we talk about it, like in terms of what we saw with Saquon getting those big runs. We always talk about how like you're letting DeVito throw for about 250. He threw for 250. Like real talk, like 250. Like if you look at like and you said Glenn and 3 touchdowns. Glenn, you said like throughout his game start, he threw for how many yards combined?
260.
Think about that. Just think about that for real. We could talk about turnovers. We could talk all about that, and that's all. You're right. Turnovers, and to me, the storyline with why Washington lost, it'd be turnovers. I'm not even going to take that away from him. But you let DeVito throw for 250. that means you're a sorry defense. And he's only in how many in the majority the grand total of his games in the NFL and his starts like 3 starts, I believe. Is it
Yeah.
3 starts? Yeah, 3 starts. He's got 260 total. That's a problem. Like that's a serious problem. Like you got to do better. And in today's NFL, when it's a passing league, when you can just luck into 200 yards passing, bruh, that just says how bad you are as a like you are a bad defense.
The defense is terrible. I mean, the defense, even if with the 5 turnovers, Washington still should have held the New York Giants to under, good gracious, 12 points, 13 points.
What did I say on the show? Like I said this, like they shouldn't be scoring. If they score 4, I felt insulted. They scored 14.
Yeah,
insulted. I would be a defender. I'm insulted. They score 4. It's knowing that you don't got Waller. You know what I'm saying? You don't got Waller. You don't got no real quarterback. Come on, bro. No. Like, look, man. See this Matt preaching, bro. Said we couldn't stop them on 3rd and 10 like 3 or 4 times. We can't let that happen. Bad defense. Exactly.
What did I say in the pregame? I said they had to stop them on 3rd down, 3rd and long
with a bad quarterback. That's not a thing. That shouldn't be a thing. All right, Glenn, we've been so negative. All right, so let's get some positives, man.
Ain't no
Glenn,
positive.
Give me your positive. You get no positives? Because I don't have.
No, I'm just not positive. They only punted. I think they only punted twice. I think that's a positive. I do.
Yeah, you're right.
I only remember 2 punts, right?
Yeah, I don't remember punting. Folks, look, give me a positive, folks. Hey, whoever listen, give me a positive.
My positive is this, man. It was close to a 100-yard rusher, right? It's positive.
B-Rob looked good, man.
B-Rob had a 73 yards, 178 yards, 174 yards by the running back core. That's my positive.
Oh yeah, B-Rob my positive, man. I thought he was a stud. You know what I'm saying? B-Rob was definitely a stud. I'm giving him his flowers. He was definitely doing his thing. Glenn, your screen went dark. What happened? Okay, well, we'll get Glenn back. We'll get Glenn back. Let me until we get Glenn back. I'll put Glenn in until we get him back. But yeah, B-Rob was a killer. That's my positive. Who else was a positive for me? I would say, I guess Jonathan Allen had a good game. I was happy with his. Yeah, he fumbled, but he got it back though. He did fumble. A positive. DA said the fans showed up. B-Rob had a fumble, so I am with Glenn. No problem. He had B-Rob had a fumble, but he got it back. The fumble loss was by my man Rodriguez. B-Rob had a fumble, but he got the fumble back.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So just an FYI, he did fumble, but he got that joint back. You know what I'm saying. Logan Thomas fumble, loss. Rodriguez fumble, loss. Pringle fumble, loss.
I do like the fact that Pringle had big returns. But you gotta hang on to football.
I'm like, once you fumble to me, you're almost losing me. I feel like
hold on. You keep giving Antonio Gibson love.
No. I don't really give him love. I don't trust Gibson.
I don't trust. Okay.
I don't trust him. I said trust. It's different.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, appreciate you, man. I appreciate you guys. Good chat. I love the Redskins. We are the football. We ran the football well. We got sacks. We got wins Thursday. I mean, we got to win Thursday, guys. Yeah, we got to win Thursday. Hopefully,
you got to win Thursday just for the morale of the team. You ain't got.
I like your positives, man. Matt, I like your positives. That's what's up, man. You gave some real positives.
Yeah, I like the positives. You got to win Thursday again. I think the reason that you got to win Thursday, if you don't make the fire of Ron Rivera, the reason that you got to win Thursday because nobody else is. There's nothing else on. All eyes are on Thanksgiving Day. Everybody's watching that 4:15 game. Whether you're a football fan or not.
What? I ain't watching that game.
Yo,
I gotta do a show. I gotta do a show. No way, I gotta do a show. Yeah, matter of fact, I'm watching the game. I'm sorry. I'm gonna watch it. We're doing the show.
Yeah, we're doing the
show. We're doing a show. Me and Glenn decided to do a Thanksgiving show. So you know what we're gonna do a show. So yeah. I will. I will watch that game. I'm gonna be real dejected watching that game. I already know. Like I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm dejected. I'm like angry. I'm biting my tongue. Like I'm biting it.
Yeah.
Because I don't like losing to the Giants is like to me losing like the JV squad.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't really say anything positive about this team. You know what I'm saying? Because when you lose a team like that, It's horrible. Like P said, the Commanders aren't a very good team. We need linebackers, quality defensive backs, wide receivers. I wouldn't say wide receivers. Improve
I would say
special
wide
teams.
receivers.
Need a quarterback. I wouldn't say need a quarterback. Offensive line, definitely. GM and coach. Agree with that one.
Agree with that part.
I agree with that part. George said, what my man George said, there's college basketball on Thursday as an alternative to the Commanders getting their tails kicked. I think there's an NBA game. I think. I'm hoping there's an NBA game. But I'm gonna watch this game. I'm gonna watch the Commanders because Glenn is right. I gotta do my homework. I can't just not watch the Commanders play. I just want to eat my turkey in peace, man. Good God. Like, I don't want to be angry. You know what I'm saying? Actually, Thanksgiving is like one of my favorite, it's like my favorite holiday.
I'm just grateful for where I'm going to be at Thanksgiving. There's no Cowboy fans. That would be miserable. That would be miserable. Where I'm going to be at on Thanksgiving, unless somebody comes over, there's not going to be any Cowboy fans in the house. Which is going to be.
You're lucky because I'm not lucky. I'm not that lucky. My little cousin's a Cowboy fan. He's obnoxious.
That's what I'm talking about. See, I don't want to do that. I don't want to deal with that.
I made it tell him get away from me.
Hey,
get away from me.
Be honest with you, there is no NBA games on Thursday.
There's not. I thought they were. God dang.
Nope. NBA they play Wednesday night and then they off Thursday, and NBA games come back on Friday. No NBA games on Thursday.
That's just not. Oh, NBA you're right. They're not. I'm sorry. They're not. You're right.
You get the Christmas NBA game.
Yeah, I'm thinking how the NBA does the. You're right. The NFL does it's the NFL that does Christmas. I got you. You're right. Because the NFL does the NBA dirty on Christmas. Mm-hmm. They do. They should because they used to never do Christmas football games, but the NFL started doing that because they're dirty. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. Dang, man, ain't nothing. Dang, maybe I could watch something on Hulu. I don't know. Shoot. Hey man, look how George said. I will be getting texts from my cousins and my cousins, the Cowboy fans, and phone messages from his children about how good the Cowboys are on Thursday. I just know it. Yeah, how much you, George, man?
Yeah, my assistant wrestling coach is probably watching now. We're like, man, what happened to you guys?
Also, the Giants is what happened to us, but also the Giants. The Giants own us. Like I said, man, they are bullies, man. They own us. It don't matter. They own us. It's like it's so disgusting. Like they own Washington. Like now when I do the show, Mo don't be on the show that much. When Mo come on, he gonna be all happy and joyous that we own the Commanders.
He's already talking. He's always talking in the group chat. So he was surprised.
I didn't. I muted that joint because I knew I didn't. I know how Mo is. I muted it. I know how Mo is, man. I don't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? Folks got time to talk trash. We don't got time to be on the show. Now I'm calling people out. Man. When I'm in my feelings, man, I'll call folks out, man. I don't got time for that, man.
It is.
When I'm in my feelings, I'm petty, man.
But it is a sad day for Commander fans, though. I mean, just being honest with you guys.
Yeah, true.
But it could be a happy day before midnight for Commanders fans.
Man, somebody get fired, I could be happy.
If somebody
wouldn't feel as bad.
I mean, we all know Josh Harris was at the game, right? Was he at the game?
But sure, he was at the game.
I'm sure he was at the game, right?
Yeah. Bigs up to you, George, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate Hawk Proud. Our girls and boys won both games, man. We won their games. You and me as homecoming. That's what's up, man. Appreciate you, man. But he definitely. I'm sure he's at the game. I mean, he fired him now. Like I'm trying to look at my phone for the alert, and I don't see no fire. So I'm kind of like annoyed. Like I'm trying to wait. I'm not getting an alert that says Josh Harris fired. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's terrible, man. But we what to do, man. But anyway, folks, man, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, we're gonna do a pre and post game show on Thanksgiving Day. So make sure you tune into that. We won't have a pod for the actual week before the pre and post game. So just be ready for our live show, man. We're gonna have fun, man. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna talk how bad this team is.
Tell you what we have for Thanksgiving. Might have a turkey.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. Matthew said it's gonna be a tough game on Thursday, but I'm gonna be cheering for Washington, win or lose. Hail to the Redskins. We gotta beat them. We gotta beat them boys, man. Matt, appreciate you, man. Hopefully, man. I mean, I would love to beat the Cowboys, man. That'd be awesome. Like I feel good about my life. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, Matt. I'm gonna keep it a buck, man.
I'm gonna be honest, man. Just don't give me any false sense of hope.
Yeah, I don't need it anymore.
I
I
don't
thought this would be like, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. So on the low, I was like, okay, we beat this, win this game. Then maybe maybe, you know what I'm saying? We feel good. We can beat the Cowboys in Dallas. Now I'm like, bro, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No false sense of hope here, man. Just let me get
man.
my
Much
turkey,
love to you,
macaroni.
man.
Let
Appreciate
me
you,
get my
bro.
macaroni and cheese, my turkey, and all that in peace, and then
Yeah.
come on and talk to you guys because y'all feel our pain, right? People
Yeah,
on the chat,
man. And y'all therapeutic, bro. Like y'all real talk. Y'all
y'all
therapeutic. I can talk to y'all and be like, all right, you know, my team is trash right now, but then y'all make me feel better because y'all be having the same ideas and thought processes that I have and be just as mad as I am. And I feel like I'm not alone.
It's not
Like
just
I'm not
me.
alone.
Not
It's
just
not
us.
just me. You know what I'm saying? Not just us. There you go. It's not just us.
It's not just us.
All right. Well, man, we appreciate y'all. Anyway, subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Just search All Burgundy and Go Everything. Also, hit us up on X at ABG_everything. Also on IG at ABG_everything. And like our All Burgundy and Go Everything Facebook page. Hey, make sure you subscribe to our All Burgundy and Go Everything YouTube channel as well. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the red subscribe button, like this video. Anyway, y'all, thank you again for tuning in. You've been listening to All Burgundy and Go Everything, powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio, 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia, for ages. You dig? Deuces. We out. Sorry.